Brookie drippin', 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 drippin'. Eat it, drippin', 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 drippin'. Gonna sip it, sip it, sip it, sip it. Yeah. Pussy drip, 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 droplet. Pussy sweet, so sweet.
Welcome back, pod people, to a brand new episode of Cinema d'Amore. I'm your host, Justin Morgan, and I'm here with...
Chuck.
That's Charles. How you doing, Chuck?
Good.
We always connect our movies to the previous movie. And for this episode, we're doing Anora from last year. And I connected it to Empire of Passion from 1978. Do you have any clue as to why?
Because the husband goes missing.
That would be good. So you think it's not necessarily within the movie. It's just my connection's kind of like behind the scenes, but like outside of that.
Did they both win an award? The same award?
No. I went with the fact. Are you ready? Do you just want to know?
Yeah, I got nothing.
They were just both released by Criterion, and I was like, perfect. I can combine the two, so connect the two. That I mean, I don't really think too bad, but I mean, yeah, the last time when we were discussing Empire,
I feel like my connections were better.
Yeah, they could have been, but I wasn't gonna lie to you and be like, yeah, that was it. You just have an amazing connection. I'm like, that's it. I'm always thinking, I'm one of the most intelligent people. Yeah, I enjoyed Anora a lot, and I think last year it won Best Picture, which, I mean, I don't know. I'm getting in my older age. I just have several films that I like, and I'm like, yeah, that's fine. That's a good one. I can't complain. It's one of the better ones that I saw, and I was rooting for. But I guess I'll start off by asking, this is Sean Baker. Have you watched any of his previous movies? He's the director for this one.
Never watched any of his movies. I know of his movies, but I don't know. He's never got around to watching any of them.
Yeah, I keep hearing they're good. I think the movie before this was Red Rocket, and that had like a lot of acclaim. I think it's based around Simon Rex plays the main character, but I think it's based around like pornography or something, a porn star, something like that. And this is the same director that did Tangerine and The Florida Project. And I know a lot of them were well liked, but I haven't watched any. This is the very first one I've watched. And there are more in the Criterion collection now. There's Prince of Broadway and Takeout. So there's a good like 7 movies of his that he's made at least 7 movies, and I've only seen one of them. But I was hoping maybe you might have, but you let me down there a little bit, Chuck.
Nope. I feel like I've heard people say that all of his movies are good, but I don't know. He's very much an independent film director. Like, those movies get they don't just show up anywhere where you're gonna like notice them. I think you really have to go out of your way to watch his movies. Other than Anora. Anora, I think, was like, I mean, that pretty much was his biggest to date in terms of people going to see it and how much acclaim it got and how much money it made. So maybe hopefully his future movies is going to get bigger and be more accessible for people to watch.
I feel like too, and it's all because of this movie. He won 4 Academy Awards. He won an Academy Award for directing, one for writing, one for producing because it won Best Picture, and one for editing. And I feel like that's the only time that that's ever happened where a single person won 4 separate awards at the Academy Awards.
Probably.
I mean, the only other one I can think of who won a lot of awards was Bong Joon-ho, who was making his Academy Awards kiss each other. Did you watch this movie with your mom? Are you glad that you watched it by yourself?
I mean, you always say that. You always say, I don't know if that's a movie you can watch your mom, but I mean, I watched the movie with Teeth with my mom and your mom. So, yeah. I mean, there's never going to, you say that all the time. And I'm like, there's never going to be a situation that's more weird than watching that movie with both of our mothers. So there's nothing that could shock me.
Well, I didn't think it was shocking. I just felt like it was a movie that might be like uncomfortable to watch with your mother. But yeah, this movie is based around a dancer, a sex worker, and I kind of just like it has like a really fun kind of fantasy vibe to it at first, where it's like this unbelievable world that can like get her out of, what could potentially be the lowest point in her life, but I don't think it's ever portrayed. It doesn't portray being a sex worker in necessarily a negative way. I didn't think, besides it was being, she brings up how she she doesn't have her 401k and all that kind of stuff, so she's gonna do what she wants. And it kind of has, I think, that like fantasy aspect of, the dancer or something that's like, if I just find a really, really rich guy, I can get out of here. But the surprising thing about this movie was that I feel like I love the character development and everything, but I think this movie starts to get really fucking funny, like after the potential marriage, after the marriage happens in this movie.
I mean, it's like halfway through, it gets much funnier halfway through.
Yeah,
Like the beginning,
go ahead.
the first half. I mean, I'm always gonna say it. He did win for best editing. I feel like could have edited this down a little bit.
Mm.
'Cause I think the first half's a little long for. Like I feel like at some point I was like, I get it. She's like, yeah, once this rich life, and it does go on. There's a lot of scenes where I'm just like, okay, it's just showing him blowing his millions of dollars and just doing whatever. That's his party lifestyle. I thought I enjoyed the second half a lot better just because it really got funny and turned into I don't know, maybe the second half made me think of partially like Good Time that we watched earlier this year, or maybe like After Hours by Scorsese or something like that. Like the second half's where it starts to get like really, really weird and goofy, and you get the Armenian guys and like these gangster characters that are all very strange.
Yeah, I definitely was feeling the Safdie brothers when I was watching this. I mean, they're both kind of channeling John Cassavetes, and maybe, like you said, with After Hours, even it's the New York setting. Like something about the New York setting kind of does that. This movie goes outside of New York a few times. Well, when they're in Las Vegas, and keeps that same sort of camera style, but it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't feel the same for looking so drastically different. But
Yeah, I think he definitely, much like the Safdies, I think you can definitely tell that a lot of when they were filming in these locations was with actual people. Like there's actors mixed in, but especially when they go to Vegas
mhm.
after they like get married and they're walking around on like the Vegas Strip, I'm like, I think those are just real people that he's just like running up to. He's like, "This is my wife," and he's just like screaming, and
Yeah.
you could tell those are like real people that are like, "Oh, congratulations, buddy!" Like they're very much like they're probably used to just weird drunken people in Vegas in the first place, so they don't seem that freaked out. But you can tell their reactions are like, "Whoa, okay, this guy's having a good time."
Yeah, I'm interested in the camera setup. I mean, I guess they could have portrayed it like it was wedding photos or something in Vegas. So like it wasn't weird that there was a couple there on, was it like
I mean,
Fremont
I think they
Street?
probably just had like a handheld camera, and it was probably just. I wouldn't be surprised if it was just him filming it himself, the
Yeah.
director or something. Like it. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of
I
people
mean, he didn't win
at all.
cinematography.
Yeah, true.
But
His cinematography wasn't good enough.
he could have been nominated for all I know. Yeah, he definitely does a good job at that, like, well, the guerrilla style filmmaking where I would be surprised if he didn't even have a permit. He just like went out there and was like, let's just fucking get this shot. But he does the same thing that the Safdies do, and Clint Eastwood, which I love, is that he does cast a lot of very realistic people, like realistic looking people. I think about the guy at that owns candy shop or whatever on off of Coney Island, and he's I don't like mixing his candy in the back.
You kids doing the dope again?
He's blind and deaf. He can't tell what we're doing.
I told you not to be doing the dope in the candy store anymore.
Yeah, I don't know if the hook like happened in this movie like immediately, as you said. The beginning is definitely feels kind of long, but I almost feel like it feels like it's going like the movie's going to go somewhere else before the whole marriage thing happens. And it's weird to me too because this is the second time I watched it. I noticed the characters that work for what was his name, Vanya's parents or whatever. They're at the party. Like that rabbi guy is at the damn party, and you don't really see too much of them. So like
that rabbi guy, I believe they're at a very Catholic church. He couldn't be any more the opposite.
Whoever that guy was, yeah. The I don't know why I thought he was a rabbi. Yeah, you are. You're right. That was not even. He isn't in a synagogue or anything like that. My attention to detail it really depends on what the hell we're looking at here. But yeah, the whole like, I think they do a really good job, but I don't know if they have to keep returning so many times as to like, it seems that maybe the reason that it's so much longer in the first 40 minutes, or it feels like it's a long time to get to that point, is that the main character of Annie played by Mickey Madison is a lot of she gets like a lot of pushback at first. Like she's got to like kind of fall into that fantasy aspect because of like, I can get out of this, because she definitely has, like her initial thought is like it's too good to be true, and she's absolutely right about that. And the husband, Vanya, is like, I mean, I think that Sean Baker does a really good job at making it seem like that he's like just this fun guy that like parties all the time, but he's literally like he's very much the most immature person that you've ever seen, and he has no character development at all. Like he's this way from beginning to end, and in the beginning it seems like it's he's kind of fun, but then you kind of get like infuriated with him towards the end. Like you totally like side with the other people, and you're like, fuck this guy, this is such bullshit. I also do have to point out, because it didn't necessarily bother me when I watched it, but I saw it online, and now I see it all the time. But online, they were making fun of how Vanya plays video games, the way that he works his controller, and they're like, has this guy ever played a video game?
Buttons.
They're like, he's hitting the most random buttons. Like, he doesn't even remotely look like he's playing a game. He's like hitting it with like his fingertips in weird ways, and the thing was, he does it about 3 times in the movie. So I was just like, oh shit, man, like it happens a lot. But I don't know, the director didn't step in or thought, you know what, it won't be as noticeable. Nobody's going to really care about it. It's not the most important thing. In retrospect, it's, maybe it's not the most important thing. You can ignore it, but it's just like, what the hell are you doing? Like, but yeah, like when the gangsters were like introduced, I guess, I don't know what to call them, henchmen or something.
They're henchmen, yeah. They're lackeys.
Yeah, when they show up,
they're not even gangsters. They're just henchmen.
I don't remember like the one that seemingly the main guy is named with the beard and everything, but
Garnick.
Him, he was really funny, and the weird one.
I mean, they're all funny.
Well, Igor
those three guys are funny. Yeah, him, Igor, and Toros are like.
Yeah,
I mean, they're very much like a Three Stooges aspect to them, of like, the Toros is like the Mo, Garnick is like Curly, he's kind of like that, and the other one's like the Larry that's just kind of like there, and he's just like why is she sitting on your lap? She was trying to fight me. so you have her sitting on your lap, and he's like, I don't I don't know. It's like get off of her.
Yeah, when she starts screaming rape, and they're like, no, nobody's raping you. What are you talking about? What is happening? I mean, the whole scene, just the way that it escalates from that point where those two show up and they're like, did Vanya get married? That guy, you don't even see him. His response is just, I don't know, I just got here. And I do like Igor's character maybe the most because I feel like he comes off the most sympathetic, but he also is kind of scary. Like he definitely seems like he might kill her. There's actually a few times where it seems like he might kill her, and she keeps kind of pushing his buttons constantly, testing him, and it never happens that way, but where she's like she's calling him like a faggot while he's eating his burger, and I'm like, is this building to him just straight up getting pissed and killing her? But yeah, it gets really fun at that point where it gets, like all the small details of them going to the candy shop and like busting that place up, and then going to the place where the guy's like trying to tow the car.
They're so well, yeah. It's a 5 minute walk, and they're like, that was way longer than 5 minutes. What the hell? We should have gotten the car. Which yeah, like feels like a foreshadowing of like, yeah, we should have gotten the car and moved it so they wouldn't try to tow it. But yeah, that's yeah. Everything from that point on with them, and yeah, she breaks the one guy Garnick's nose, so Igor gets him pain pills, and he's like, don't eat those all at once, which he does. So something's gonna happen later when he just starts puking all over the car. Like, my wife has to drive this tomorrow.
Yeah, Taurus
I
is
can't
just
get the
so
smell
mad.
out
Like,
of
are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, it just it they don't feel like the most unrealistic people. Like, they feel like they could very well be real people. They're not like very cartoonish in the way that they're made, or developed.
Yeah, it doesn't do like yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like a bad movie, they would be like very bad stereotypes of like Russian gangster characters, like
Armenian.
yeah, but they do just feel like they do feel like they're just like idiots that they had one job, and it was to watch this kid and not let him get into trouble, but they're just very lazy at their jobs. They kind of just don't pay attention to what he's doing.
Yeah, I think they're
Yeah,
like
they have no
collecting
clue
a
that he even
paycheck.
flew to Vegas. They're like, you went to Vegas? When did you go to Vegas? Like they had no clue he even left the state.
We're not getting a divorce. It's gonna be an annulment, honey. It's gonna be an annulment. It's not a divorce. And they get that, like, yeah, that when they finally do have him, and they get that the guy that's gonna, like, the lawyer or whatever is gonna get them in there early in the morning, and they're like, is he fucking drunk? They're like, yeah. He's like, oh my god.
Oh, he's fine. What are you here for? I'm just here to hold him up. Which yeah, I love they all get into the court, and he's like no one thought to look at this before, and it's like when she starts telling the judge, look, we went to Vegas and we got married because that's what people do in Vegas, and the lawyer's immediately like, they got married in Vegas? I can't do anything about that here. You got to go back to Vegas. Like this has all just been a waste of time. You should have told me they got married there. We can't do anything here.
Yeah, it's so good, but then, like, the way, like, the minute Vanya takes off, and they have to start trying to search and find him, like, it just gets under your blood so much, like, how under your skin, like, how irritating this guy is, and like he won't stand up for her. He basically is like, yeah, we're just gonna get the divorce. What else can I do about it? And
yeah, it's like one of those, like, I think he knew from the very beginning that this was never gonna, like, it was all just kind of like a joke to him. Like, yeah, he knew this was never gonna work out with his parents. Like he tries to like tell her like, oh yeah, it'll be fine. I think my parents will let me stay in America if we get married. And then it's just like he knows that's not true at all. He knows that this was never going to work as much as he tries to pretend. He's got to go
Yeah, and I
back. They
guess
never
there's little hints
explain, I
about
guess,
it too, because what do they never explain?
like truly what his family does. Like I guess it's only like vaguely hinted that like are they Russian gangsters or something like that, or is his dad in oil? They just keep saying like I've got to go back and work at the family business, but they're very vague as to like what the business is supposed to be.
Yeah, which I think is fine. Like I kind of like the idea whenever he's like, "Do you know my father?" And he drops the name, and she's like, I have no fucking idea who that is." And it kind of works very well that it's like, yeah, having somebody extremely rich in another country, we don't hear about those people as often. But yeah, when they go down to what do they call it? The crypto chamber? Their garage with all the
The
cars.
cryo chamber.
The cryo chamber. Yeah, he has that one line of dialogue that's like, "Yeah, but my parents won't let me drive it and you drive any of these." And it's very much like that's like the hint that you get that he is not, even though he's trying to have fun or whatever, he's not in control of anything, especially his finances. So from that point on, like when you finally meet the parents and they show up in the private jet, and the mom's like, I kind of exactly who I was expecting from the mom, to be that sort of like overbearing business like mother who was controlling his whole life. But I think I was a little surprised the approach they took to the father, who just seemed more or less like not to care as much, or that things were more so a joke. Like,
Yeah,
when they finally go to get
I don't know. I don't.
go
I
ahead.
like took that as I think the like yeah like the kid's definitely like I guess like a mama's boy or something like that, and the dad kind of looks at it as yeah, it's all funny to him because he's just like he probably did the same thing when he was a kid. Is I feel like how he looks at it is like, yeah, I don't know, I like ran around and did drugs and hung out with losers and did all sorts of crazy stuff when I was a kid. But like the mom's like, no, that's unacceptable. So he just keeps laughing at everything. That's like these guys are all a bunch of morons.
Yeah, and when they go to the court to get the annulment, or whatever that office space was, and Annie starts like calling out the mom for being like a piss poor parent and shit like that, and she's absolutely right. But like the dad is just eating up like that entire moment, just like losing it. Like, yeah, you're spot on. That's exactly who she is. That's exactly who he is. I did a piss poor job at raising this kid. I can't do anything else about it. But yeah, like, just, I mean, if anybody listening hasn't seen it, I mean, we ruined a fucking lot of this movie already. But it does. I mean, they're even funny. There's funny stuff in the beginning too. Like, I do like this scene when they're talking about the guy that's like 40, and they say that he's practically geriatric.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's Patrick. That's practically geriatric, Annie. I was like, God.
There's so much great stuff. I do love too at the end, which yeah, I feel like you kind of expected something to happen again between her and the other girl at the club, Diamond. That
Yeah.
she's like you danced with my client or something, and so she's like always jealous of her and stuff like that. And when Vanya shows up there and they go to her room, and then everything that goes on, that's like the strippers are like, hey, there's a fight going on, and like all the strippers run out of the room, like where they're doing the lap dances. All the guys sitting there like, what the hell? I paid for this. Like, they can't just leave.
They do.
Then when they're like opening up all the doors upstairs, they're like, which room are they in? And they just keep opening the doors, and everyone in there, it's just like the guys are all really awkward, and the girls are just like, hey, Annie.
The interactions are all strange. Like, sometimes they're surprised. Sometimes they're like, Annie, how have you been? Like, oh, just fine. Haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, that was all. I mean, I feel like you get to a point where it's like it's just funny until like the very very end, which almost becomes like a depressing end point, I guess, where Igor drops her back off at her apartment, so she's go back to like her old lifestyle. And he gives her the wedding ring that he snagged, which I don't know how expensive it is, but at least it's some money back in her pocket. She gets something out of it if
Yeah.
she hawks
I
it
mean,
or
she got
whatever.
like what, like $15,000 or something from. She got paid off a little bit, but
Yeah, and it's also kind of just like I don't know what it is with that guy because she attacks him. He
it was
ends
his
up
rape eyes.
it's his rape eyes. Yeah, he yeah. There is something unsettling about the guy. Like even
There's
when
a, that, I think maybe my favorite moment with him is when he like has that scarf that he
yeah
like gagged her with earlier, and then he keeps it in his pocket when they're out, and he's like, "You're cold. You need a scarf." And she just immediately goes, "Oh my god, why did you bring that? Were you gonna gag me again?" And he's like trying to be nice. It's like, no, I thought maybe you'd be cold. And she's like, "You are a psychopath. What is wrong with you?" Like starts going off on him.
yeah yeah it's weird how little tiny things like that keep coming back, like that bright red scarf that the mother like give me back my scarf, and she like throws it at the mother, and
Gives her
the
the coat that we know is Russian sable, not mink.
yeah
Because Igor asked about it. He's like, "Is that real mink?" No. Oh, it looks like real mink. It's like it is real, but it's not mink, you idiot. It's Russian sable. But yeah, everything just keeps feeling like every time he tries to be nice or try to like take some sort of interest, there's like always something that he says that she just immediately turns to. You're a moron. Like
yeah, like when he's just sort of like, how's your day going, or like it's nice to meet you, and when he was like just trying to chill. But yeah, that scene at the end with in the car where he pulls out the ring, and there's that shot of her where she like looks back, and she looks kind of like scared at first, and I don't know why, but like the whole movie, the guy over and over again is like I'm not that bad of a guy. I'm really not. Like my intentions aren't to do anything bad to you. Like by the end of the movie, you're like, I was still thinking like, oh, is he gonna kill her or something? Like, was he paid off to do that? And then you see the ring in his hand, and it's not like a gun or a knife or anything like that. I mean, what do you think about that final scene though? It's kind of like it's like a tad devastating, but also kind of I don't know if I'm projecting. Like, would it be devastating to have that feeling that you're going to be so good for the rest of your life because you have all this money and stuff now, but then you got to go right back to your impoverished life? Like, she's clearly like the way that she like rewards him with sex is something that just makes me think of, that's her currency, and that's pretty much all that she has to spend. So she's just back to that lifestyle. And it does seem sad to me. I don't know, maybe if it's just the snow that's like building up on the outside of the car. But yeah, for a movie that's like starts off very hopeful and then gets very, very funny in the middle, ends up having like one of the most depressing like ends to tonally, at least, to what we've seen before. Or did it? I don't know.
yeah. I mean, it just I think at the end it just like hits her all at once. That's like the only. I feel like that's the only time in the movie she ever like I don't know. I guess shows her true self. Like she puts on a front for pretty much the rest of the movie that she's very tough and like doesn't actually need anybody, and
Mm-hmm.
is always like real quick to be like whatever, nothing hurts me, I'm fine. And then in the end it's like like everything just hits her all at once that her life sucks again.
Yeah, I guess I didn't
I don't
see
know,
it
maybe
that
she
way at
could be
all.
with
Because like
Igor,
I
but Igor doesn't seem like he has a good job. He's not a drug dealer though.
no, his grandma was or whatever. How did
Yeah,
he phrase
no, he
that?
just steals drugs.
Yeah.
He's just always stealing drugs from his grandma, and it's his grandmother's car.
Yeah, I think it's like that last scene where he's in the car and she's like, "This car is so you," and he says, "Do you like the car?" And she says, like she's thinking about it. No, like, I thought he was gonna kill her. Like I felt like it was gonna be the last straw because she just keeps egging him on like the entire movie. Where like you said, telling him what's wrong with you? Why'd you bring that? You're gonna gag me and rape me. You got those rape eyes, like you said, and because even in that scene too, when he's like following her, he's like he has that stalker vibe, the way that they shoot him. He's wearing just like that black hoodie. He's always like a couple feet behind her, which it always has that very like uncomfortable feeling. I mean, they did more or less start by trying to tie her up, and it is like a slapstick comedy, like very badly there, where the one guy gets kicked and like falls on the table. And when Toro shows up, he's like, what the fuck's going on? Like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you, why is she all tied up? What happened? Like you said, what happened to your nose? You let that little girl do that to you? And then he's like, she's
Like, no,
tougher than she looks.
it's a lie. She's very strong. She's a wild animal. She is not a little girl.
Yeah. Yeah, the only other thing that really the thing I really like the soundtrack to this movie too. Like it makes me it mostly has like a younger, like poppy kind of feel to it. But I do like the Pussy Drip song. Like it just feels like it's just so long, and I feel like there's one more that I can't think of off the top of my head, but yeah, I really enjoyed that. I just enjoyed the way that it was like pretty casual songs, like the song when they were the montage for when they were partying in Vegas, or maybe it was right after they got married in Vegas. We're just enjoying all that. Also, like the tonal shift from the first time they're in Vegas, where everything's really fun, to the second time where it's like the most like heartbreaking, depressing thing. But yeah. Do you ever think that she loved Igor? Or do you think it was just all about survival and the money aspect of it? I mean, I had my opinion. What do you think?
You talking about Igor or Yvonne?
Oh, sorry.
Okay,
Vanya.
that's what was throwing me off with the
Vanya.
question.
Vanya. Did she love Vanya, or was she looking for a means of survival?
I do think they were both, like, they both had their own motives. They weren't really love. Like, he mostly just wanted, I don't know. I think at some point it was like, if I marry her, I don't have to keep paying her
Mm-hmm.
to hang out with me. Like, she's just always there. Um, and yeah, I think it is a little bit more of like, she at least at the beginning was definitely that she was more interested in his money and all the things that he gets with it. Yeah, I don't know that she ever truly loved him. I think she was just more upset that he was so quick to like break it apart, and I don't know, basically drop the illusion that they were in love.
Yeah, and like I guess her life is it's not the worst, but you definitely see that she's got to work for everything that she has. She doesn't have a car. She's taking public transportation, so like at the end of her shift, it's this like going back to my duplex that I share with, my roommate and her boyfriend, or, something like that. But you never really see her struggle anywhere like financially. But we do know that a lot of those sex workers, they, once they hit a certain age, they can't make the money like they used to. So maybe that's like also on the back of her mind, but you don't really get that. I mean, the only other kind of like when she has that confrontational moment with Diamond when she's like going to be gone for when she's getting married or whatever, or when she already got married, I think is what it was. And she's like digs into Diamond and basically says, your life's shit and it's always going to be shit, and you're just jealous because I'm out of here. And it's like a day or something goes by when all the other stuff goes down, and they're like, that's Vanya, that's her husband. And like you said, she's like, he's mine, I'm taking this is just too good to be true that he's here without her. But she's not the most antagonistic person. She's just like, I really did like that moment too when she's talking and they're like in their like makeup room or whatever, and what does he say? She say, like, will you shut the fuck up about it? And she's like, it's none of your business. He's like, well, you're making it all of our business when you're talking about it in here. And that was like one of the few times with that character I was like, yeah, she's right. Like, just shut up about it.
I
You
mean, I
don't
feel
need to
like
know.
anyone that's worked at a job where you have to share a break room with other
Mhm.
people, and you're just like, oh, and like you know that one person, you're like, will they stop talking so loud about their personal business? I'm just trying to eat my lunch here.
Yeah. Yeah, I even have that at work where I'm like, I could the people are screaming at the top of their lungs about personal things. I'm like, we don't need to
Yeah.
hear this. We
They're
really
like,
don't.
I'm gonna take this phone call on speakerphone in
Yep.
front of everybody, and it's just like, no, please don't.
Yeah, please go outside. I know it's
Yeah.
a little bit of a walk, but please just get the hell out of here. Yeah. I do like too where they end up finding him back at headquarters, which is the name of the strip club, is that like it everything has to go back to that place, and we know that we're returning to that place. But like you said, it is funnier. Funnier than it should be. But I guess I should ask, like, overall, what did you think about it? Did you like the movie?
I did. It was good. I mean, I knew it was a comedy, but it was funnier than I expected it to be. But yeah, especially the second half. Like I said, it very much like uh does have like a great fun, uh, like I said, a Three Stooges type feel from everything. Yeah, what happened? Oh, I was chasing him, but there was ice on the ground. And you're like, you moron!
Yeah.
Come on, you let these children run all over you.
Yeah, it's just constant insults from like it's insults and physical injuries and
I do like when they wreck the candy shop, and yeah, just the old man just like walks out the back and is like, what happened here? Like, just has no concept. Like, he just destroyed everything.
yeah, or like he's like, this is my best friend. But then when they go to the best friend, they're like, I don't know. I don't know where that guy is showing up at the restaurant and all that. But I do think it's a really good movie. I really enjoy the characters. They feel more like real people than most comedies. Maybe it's not a comedy 100% from beginning to end. I maybe the beginning half, 40 minutes or so is a drama, and it's building up character to this Anora, and that's pretty much all you're really getting. You're getting an understanding of who she is beforehand and what's at stake for her and what she's going to have to go back to. But yeah, props to Sean Baker for like supposedly getting bigger but not having too many like well-known actors in this thing, cuz like I know he did Florida Project. I think Willem Dafoe's in that movie.
Willem Dafoe's in that, yeah.
It's like once they start like becomes like an Eggers thing where it's like once you get the Dafoe, you can't get rid of him. He's got to be in every movie. So I'm thinking of shit like that where
I was about to
he's
say, Willem Dafoe's like that weird actor that like he's not even an A-list actor. He just does like whatever. Like he's just, if you give him a good script, he's just there.
if you give him bad script, he's there.
He's still there too. Yeah, he'll
He's
show up for anything.
yeah, and all his stuff's usually very good. He was great in Poor Things too. I think you'd really like Poor Things, well, unless you've seen it.
No.
But I think he has to be the number one. I mean, maybe he's not the highest paid actor, but I think he's working a lot more than the rest of us. And yeah, I liked Mikey Madison a lot. I think that she's very good. I don't know if she's had this good of a role beforehand. The only other couple things like I've seen her in, her parts are a little bit smaller or less direct, and I feel like she's got a stronger character for this
I feel
time.
like she's still very memorable even when she's a small character. Like in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
Yeah,
that's a great one.
or
She
Scream.
gets
If you
she
want to
gets
go
lit
through
on
all
fire
the
by
one,
yeah.
if you want to go through all the movies where she gets burned, I guess this one counts too. But
It
the
happens
other
every so
ones,
often. Yeah,
she got
she got
physically
emotionally
burned.
burned in this movie. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, because I made the connection, it's part of the Criterion Collection, one of the faster ones. But that seems to happen a few movies every year. It's like some big movie, and the other one coming out will come out this month, September, I think, is when this movie or when this episode is going to come out. Flow, which I loved. Flow. I thought Flow was a great movie. Yeah, that's like those two are coming to Criterion pretty damn fast. Where did you watch Anora?
It's on Hulu.
Okay. I just like to put it out there because I'm sure some people aren't like, there's not a sale right now and I'm not going out to buy.
I knew that's where it was first went to streaming, and when you suggested, I was like, man, really hope it's still on there. It was.
I didn't think it would disappear that fast, but I mean, you never know. With our luck,
you never know with the rights. They come and go very quickly.
The hardest thing I had to watch this entire past year was easily The City of Violence. I like it just fucking fell off the map. Like it was definitely on Netflix, and then it was gone. So everything I was looking for, just it wasn't there. And the only version I could find, which was on Hulu or Disney with VPN,
Disney
changing
Taiwan or whatever.
Yeah, I changed it to Taiwan, and it was there, but then it didn't have any subtitles, so I had to go for the hunt of like trying to find subtitles. And
that's like the fun thing. I really love that. That's like the hell that is trying to watch things in America, because it's like if you go outside of America, it feels like they only have like two streaming services. It's either Disney Plus or Netflix. Like they don't have any of these other streaming services in every other country. So it's literally like it's just there. It's on either one of those two services. But in America, it's like, I don't know, could be on Paramount, could be on Peacock, could be on HBO, could
it
be
ends
on
up being on
Hulu,
some
could be
obscure
on
thing that you
it
didn't
could
even
be on
know was
anything.
real.
It's like, yeah, it could be on the Criterion channel very specifically. Like it could be on Mubi, could be on Tubi, it could be on like you don't face that anywhere else. It's like set your VPN and set it to Netflix in like China, and you'll find everything almost always just on one service.
And how do those places, like there's websites, I think one of them, and I'm not like selling it because
Effed up movies.
Not effed up movies. Well, effedupmovies.com was just like, I don't know, like an illegal site that had movies that you could stream. But I was talking about the ones like, I think it's called juststream.com, or like the ones that are about you search a movie and it tells you where you can stream it. But I don't understand how those can stay that accurate. Because even like I had a coworker that never saw The Matrix, and we're like, go on HBO, like it's on HBO. And he was like, and he said, oh, I'm gonna watch it tonight. And when he's like, I can't watch it, it's not there anymore. Only like Resurrections, the fourth one's there. And I'm thinking, like, why they take that away? Or
Yeah,
like you said,
because it's a Warner Brothers movie, so it's like it should be on Warner Brothers streaming service, which is HBO.
Or it's like, or some of the franchises, their movies are in different places. Like you could watch the first 3 movies here, but the 4th movie is going to be here. And like, so fucking confusing. And
they got a better deal.
Yeah. Another reason why I'm pro physical media, like if I can just, take it off my shelf or something and have it and not have to fucking worry about trying to find it, because things just disappear too much. And it's not always obscure stuff like how you picked the South Korean movie a few weeks back, but like that, like The Matrix, like a very common movie. And it's like, I'm not going to pay the $10 to rent The Matrix when I know it's going to pop up somewhere for streaming. Like it's just a matter of time. And like next month, it's going to be somewhere, but it's infuriating. But I'm glad that you enjoyed the movie. I thought you would like it. That's why I picked it. And I wanted to revisit it. I don't know if it impacted me as much the second time as it did the first time that I watched it. I feel like I agree with you where it kind of lingered a little bit more. Like it bothered me a bit more. And the first time I watched it, I didn't really have a problem so much with the pacing. I think because I thought the movie was going to be over a lot quicker than it was. And then when it picks up with the slapstick-esque part where it starts getting really funny, it almost becomes a completely different movie. And like, it's like, you know what? You thought you were towards the end of the movie or the middle of the movie, but this is like the start of a brand new movie. But yeah, check it out. Everybody, thanks for listening. We really appreciate it. I know that our schedule's a little bit crazy being every other week, and we're not advertising as much, but we're still here. We're still doing it. And we'll see what the hell Chuck picks, how he connects with this. See if he's going to do something that's going to test our friendship. All right. Bye, everybody. We're Cinema D'Amore. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with news and information on upcoming episodes. Find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, Pandora, Alexa, or iHeartRadio. It would be greatly appreciated if you subscribe to our podcast on your platform of choice. We also appreciate feedback, so rate us, review us, and let us know what you think. And above all else, thank you for listening.